Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, JC, and welcome back to my channel once again, and welcome to a new series on this channel called A Zombies Recollection. I think that's what we're going to call it today. But anyways, this is Sam. Friend Sam is here at my house. He's staying for a couple of days, so that's pretty cool. But anyways, if you guys don't know what this series is, basically I asked you guys on Twitter, what is your favorite thing about Nacht Der Untoten? And what we're going to be doing is going through each zombies map from the very, very beginning, leading up till DLC 4, and right when DLC 4 is about to come out, we will release the last one about Garad Krovi, and that will be it. So there's gonna be a video for every single zombies map. We're gonna be talking about the favorite things about each and every single one. So let's go ahead and get started with Nacht Der Untoten. I asked you guys on Twitter, what is your favorite thing about the map, and here's what you guys said.
Bam!
Snazzy says it's where it all started, and that is true. And Sam remembers the very first time you loaded up Nacht Der Untoten. Nacht Der Untoten was just like, I don't know, like it really blows my mind when you really think about how far zombies has come from just a side mode that was a little surprise. It wasn't meant to be much, and it turned out to be basically better than the entire rest of the game, which is kind of crazy. And one day I would expect there to be a zombies game. Like one day I have a feeling there's going to be a full-fledged zombies game of some sort. It's just crazy how it's evolved from a side little bonus mode. That's where it all started at Nacht Der Untoten to where we are now with Easter eggs upon Easter eggs and just quests upon quests. It's just absolutely crazy, man. Mad Gaz says the suspense of building barriers between each round and the spawn distance of zombies. Now, Nacht Der Untoten has a funny little thing about it. It takes forever for the zombies to come in on the starting rounds, but the good thing is, or I guess you could say it's the bad thing actually, is when you're on a higher round, the zombies come in so fast that it's almost impossible to know which direction they're coming from. They just come from all directions. You don't really have time to build the barriers. When you're first playing this map back in the World at War days, that's what you do though. You build the barriers, you try to, build every single one to protect your base to the most, extent you could, but it just, at the end of the day, it's just not going to help when you're on a high round. And that was just one of the fun things in the beginning. And I like how Treyarch, even though barriers are almost non-existent, at this point we don't really care about them too much at all. I like how they've still kept like the 4 barriers at the very beginning. I don't know, they can never get rid of that. If they do, I'd be very upset. Alan says, for sure the learning aspect of Nacht Der Untoten. It was fun to be isolated in a bunker, only with weaponry and friends to keep you alive. There wasn't too many things you could really do to survive, but depend on yourself and the friends around you. And you really need to work as a team to survive this map. You can't just say, all right guys, we're gonna do whatever we want in this map. You all have to stick together, and that's something I love about Nacht as well. It's very team oriented. Like other maps, because the maps are so big now, you can sort of train in your own little areas and only worry about yourself. But with Nacht Der Untoten, you can't really do that at all. You got to train, or you got to camp, most likely back in the World War days. That's what we did. We camped at one spot and one spot only. We had like 2 people watch the window, 2 people watch the hallway, and that's what we did. And I just love that. It's that simplicity, again, is just an amazing part about that map. Kalel says, if you open the stairs door, you're screwed. And I think we can both agree, Sam, opening that door was never a good idea. You know the door I'm talking about? The one right next to you.
You never.
No, you always go to the help door. You never go through the other door.
Yeah.
You always go through the help door. The hell. Help or hell?
Hell.
Yeah, I think it's hell too. We really don't know. That's another thing about Nacht, is they freaking scratched off the word help to make it look like hell. But yeah, you never open up the top stairs, or the beginning staircase. Just no one ever does. I don't think I've ever done it before. Like I might have done it maybe the first time as I was playing the map, but now every single time I've played Nacht since I guess like the past 6 years or 7 years or 8 years at this point, I always go through the help door. I never open the stairs because you're screwed. You're gonna ruin the best camping spot. Like, why would you do that? All right, Urchies. The freak was that, dude? Urchi says, getting the ray gun out of the box and getting that feeling of, oh yeah, get ready zombies. That's right, man, getting the ray gun. See, it's kind of crazy to think about it as well. The ray gun was like the OG weapon. That was the weapon you wanted out of the box. Like there wasn't another wonder weapon. It was just the ray gun and that was it. Of course, on the other maps, we just had the ray gun until, I think, was it Shionuma? Yeah, Shionuma is when they introduced the Wonder Waff, but that was like the cool thing, right? Like the ray gun was that new thing that we were like, what? There's an actual new weapon in this map. It's called the ray gun. It's like a little toy. It shoots these green bursts of rings at them. It was just a really cool weapon, and just it felt amazing when you got it. Like that, I don't know, like there's something about getting the ray gun, even to this day, like getting the ray gun out of the box, hearing that noise, nothing beats that, man. Nothing beats it.
Dude, it took me so long to even like realize that the noise existed.
Yeah, I know.
Like I feel like it was like probably like almost 2 months into the game before like I grabbed it one day and I was like, holy shit, it makes a... Is that what Jordan's been talking about for the past like 2 months?
It makes that like dun 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 dun. Like just like a
the what? I thought it was like a
it's like dun 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 dun. You know what I'm talking about? It's like all right, Nick says, I would have to say the dark atmosphere is his favorite thing about Nacht Der Untoten. I look back on how scared I was playing that map as a kid. Dude, Nacht Der Untoten, for some reason, even though that map barely has anything that could scare you, just the zombies itself, like everything about that map, I don't know what it is, dude. Playing that map originally back in like 2008, and I don't even think I was 13 years old, because I'm 18 right now. I was like 11. I was 11 playing that map.
I was 12.
Dude, that's F, dude. I don't know why I was allowed to play that, but I was scared out my...
Our parents are terrible.
Yeah, dude, it was really bad. But like, honestly, like it was such a scary experience playing that map. I don't know why, and I guess it's just because it was weird for Call of Duty, and like Call of Duty just seemed like it was a normal game where you kill people. I guess I don't know why I was allowed to play it still, but like getting to zombies, getting to something called Nazi zombies, and hearing like the noises of them as they walk to you as the player. And like, I know Sam's told me even in the past, like in Nacht Der Untoten, one of the reasons why Samantha became a character in zombies is because people heard the zombies say Sam when they slapped you. And I remember you telling me that used to freak you out.
Yeah, because my name's Sam.
So like you would be playing, I just imagine, dude, I imagine like your 12-year-old self, dude, you're playing zombies at night and it's like freaking 11 o'clock at night, and all of a sudden you just hear Sam, and you're like, nah, dude,
I'm out. Nope.
The next comment comes from Dylan, and he says, the feeling you got when you beat the campaign and you had no idea what was happening. And I kind of touched on this a little bit, but yeah, when you played World at War for the first time, I remember playing World at War for my first time. Do you just have to interrupt me?
Yeah.
Every single freaking time. Do you remember when you were playing World at War for the first time? I don't know if you were playing with us. I didn't know you that much back then.
Yeah.
But you were playing World at War. You play World at War, and you unlock Nacht Der Untoten. And it's one of those moments where you're like, what is going on? What is it?
Yeah, at the end of the campaign.
Yeah, and you see the cutscene.
Like, show up.
You see the cutscene, and he runs at you, and it goes Nazi zombies, and you just hear the... And then nothing happens because they're so slow.
Yeah,
so
you're like walking around in this room, and all of a sudden you hear like a...
The next comment comes from Jaden, who says, I like that it makes you feel uneasy and you never really know where a zombie is coming from. That's a very good point as well. Like the fact that if you're on a high round, you can't really go to the spawn, right? Like that's not a good idea at all. You can't really go, if you're by yourself and solo, I guess you gotta train, honestly. You gotta run around or something, or you gotta camp up top. So you don't know where the zombies are coming from. You don't know if they're coming from the spawn, the other part of the building, or the top floor, and you hear them everywhere. And that's the thing, because the map is so small, because it's so simple, you hear them from almost every single direction. You just hear that, like we were doing a while ago, you just hear that. You just hear it constantly. It doesn't really sound like that though. It sounds like boards. It sounds like that sort of. I don't know how to mimic it.
Your attempt at making the noise.
I don't know, dude.
So futile.
We're gonna cut that. Successful says the simplicity and claustrophobia of the map. It was so scary to get overrun on round 13 and have to run upstairs with all of your team. Dude, that was the thing. That's how I played the map, honestly. Like, I would start in the spawn and I would go, okay, we're gonna, stay here for as long as we can. Maybe by the help door when we get, enough points for it, that we can get the box and so on and so forth. But we stayed down there in the bottom floor until it's absolutely necessary to leave. Like, you don't want to, waste your chances, like waste that escape route that you have of that staircase. So you want to buy it when you're gonna die, not just at the very beginning of the game. So that's how I would always play it. I would just play it, slowly going up. I wouldn't buy everything instantly, and that was fun. Like, it was just so simple how you played that map. There wasn't really too much, even though it was simple, there was was strategy to it, but there wasn't too much where it was complicated, like you didn't know exactly what to do. Like, of course, the first couple of times you probably didn't know what to do, but as a team playing the map again after like a week or so after it came out, it was just so much fun to just try to hold off for as long as you can. And that's really, at the end of the day, that's really the main thing you had to do, was just hold it down, survive, and it was bare bones. And that brings us to our very, very last comment, which is by JV, or Josh Vibes, and he says, when you played it on World at War, you were scared. There's no perks, no pack-a-punch, just bare bones zombies. There's nothing really, you know, giving you any power in this map. There's power-ups for sure, but there's nothing that really gives you that edge of, oh my god, we might have a chance. You know, there's no safe area. There's no area where you're like, okay, I'm gonna totally be safe in this area if I train around here. I'm gonna be totally safe here, you know, using the dragons or using the lunar landers or using the teleporters. This map, down to it, was hard. It was hard. It was very scary, especially when you're a young kid like myself. And just, you had to play it as a team. You couldn't really just play it by yourself. Of course, now that we've gotten better at zombies over the years, you can go back and try to train the map. But at the time, no one knew how to train zombies. Everybody camped, and that's what you did. So you go upstairs and just try to live, especially by that grenade location. You just sit there with your ray gun, whatever you have, and just try to survive and hold off as long as you can. You have no pack-a-punch, no perks, nothing. And that's what made this map so amazing. And at the time, we didn't even know that all this stuff would be featured later. So it just felt awesome as a mode to begin with. And then little did we know it would expand and become more and more amazing as time would, you know, move on. Like, every zombies map, you know, throughout has gotten better and better and better. You know, in most cases, they've, you know, experimented a lot. They've had a lot of iterations of zombies, and just overall, it's just amazing how far zombies has come from this small bunker map that this, you know, used to be. It used to start out as just, you're surviving in a bunker in 3 rooms, and that's it. It's just crazy that we've evolved into something that's just absolutely mind-blowing at this point. So what I want you guys to do in today's video in the comments below is tell me, what is your favorite thing about Verrückt? Like, back in the day when you were playing Verrückt for the first time, what was your favorite thing about the map? Like, when you're looking back on it, what was your favorite thing that was like introduced into Verrückt, or that you experienced in Verrückt? And be sure to tell me in the comments below. You might be featured on the next Zombies Recollection video, and we'll be moving on throughout every single map as soon as we get to the very end of Zombies. So we're here, guys, we're at the end, and I want to sort of give you guys a series that sort of takes us on a journey throughout every single Zombies map, because I feel like each one needs to be respected in their own right. Even Transit. We're gonna be doing one for Transit eventually. Don't you worry, Transit will happen. And so will Die Rise, and so will Buried. Like, every single one. I have memories on all of them. They're all awesome maps at the end of the day. Yeah, some were considered bad more than others, but at the end of the day, I had fun with each and every single map, and I just can't wait to talk about each and every single one. So again, tell me in the comments below what was your favorite thing about Verrückt, and I will see you guys on the next video. Have a good one.
What's up? You've gotten so much better at, like, not being shit at talking.
What is that supposed to
Like,
mean?
it used to take you like 5 hours to pump that much voice content.